What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 20 of the Soul Kitchen podcast. This is our season finale. It's going to be a big one. We have an additional seat as a co-host today, which is really good. We'll introduce everyone quickly so that we can get going on our final episode of the year. First up, we have Julian Pounds, kicks underscore craze. How's it going, man?
Good.
That always trips me up, those underscores.
How's everybody?
Next up, we have Daniel Dawson, Sneaker News Oz on Instagram. How's it going, man?
No underscores here, man. Yeah, it's good. Season finale, hey? It's gonna be a good one.
Ooh, we have Paulo. We just started,
Hey,
Paulo.
boy!
Yeah. Next
Sorry
up,
if I'm
we
super
have.
late, but yeah, Christmas commitments.
All good. Next up, we have Darren Humphreys, Tazwa on Instagram. How's it going, man?
How are you guys?
Cool. We have Emmanuel Guevara kicking it with G. How's it going?
Hey boys, always good to be here.
So,
Next up, we have Micah McLean, GR King 7. How's it going?
Yeah, really good. Excited to see so many faces, which can only mean about 8 dropouts for me on Riverside tonight. So looking forward to seeing lots of the potato head pick when we rewatch it back on YouTube.
Does that mean next season you get to change your name to D.O. King, Dropout King 7?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds king. I do prefer drop off, but it has multiple meanings, if you know what I mean. And if you don't, ask Donald's mum.
All right, moving on. We have Paolo Quartaroni, Soul Collector 84.
Hey
How's it going, man?
glad to be here. Thank God I made it.
Yeah, no, cool. We're glad you made it.
Yeah.
And then for our final co-host for tonight, we have Oliver Winfrey, Oliver Phommavanh. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. So great to be here after watching so many episodes. And I've just come at the best time, which is the season finale. So yeah, I'm pumped.
Cool. All right. So for tonight's episode, we're basically going to go through our personal top 10. We won't probably go through and describe each one of them. We're going to try to quickly run through them as fast as possible so that we can go through the other top 10 lists that we've organized and we've gathered results for. So maybe let's start off with JP. What's your personal top 10? Let's start off with 2 honorable mentions and then you can go through your top 10 picks.
okay, so 2 honorable mentions for me. One would be the Sokuni Kintsugi. I had to have one on the list, and that one just got bumped off by the other one. And the other one would be the Amama Near 4. So I felt that I'm not a big 4 guy. I do like them, but for me they're pretty uncomfortable. And I don't have it in hand, so I can't comment on how I like them. So they're the 2 honorable mentions for me. So my list. So this one had to be there. Number 10 is the Louis Vuitton Air Force One. So the whole pack, not the friends and family, and not the $200,000 one. Yeah, but just the fact that it was Virgil's hand that helped with that. Number 9, Lost and Found. No comment there. I'm sure other people will. Number 8 is the New Balance collection by Teddy Santis. So as a whole, I couldn't choose one color, but yeah, just as a whole. Number 7 is the End Sokuni Fried Chicken. Number 6, the New Balance Joe Fresh Good Performance Arts Pack. Number 5 is probably my favorite out of the New Balance, is the Kith pack. But my favorite out of that is the Cyclades. And then we've got Diodora Friends for Life. Number 4, up there GT2. Number 3, Alicat number 2, and Sneaker Asics Gillette 3, which I still don't have in hand, but will be here hopefully next week. So the reason I chose that as number 1, I just feel that the color is just, for me, is like, I love that honeycomb color, and it has a bit of pink, and just the packaging. If anybody hasn't seen it, go check it out. But yeah, with all the packaging and all the Velcro on the side and everything, I think it just knocked the alley cat off number one for me.
Number one.
Wow,
Damn.
cool.
That's very surprising, man. What does everyone think about JP's number one?
I like his list.
I didn't
I just
expect
like
that.
I liked his entire list. I was surprised at some of the things he left off, more than anything. But I thought it was a pretty cool list, very diverse, and not the classic list you'd expect.
Yeah, for me as well, just to add, it's just more about wearability these days. So if I find it comfortable, it's more likely to be on the list than something like a Jordan 4 or Jordan 3 that wrecks my feet.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, that's fair.
Feels.
I'm surprised, but also not surprised with the sticker pick, the Tetaric pack. It's really good. So
Yeah.
I get it. Next up, we have Daniel. Daniel, what's your 2 honorable mentions and your top 10 pick?
Right, my 2 honourable mentions are the Jordan 1 women's Starfish. Just for the simple fact that the materials on these are absolutely crazy, and a lot of people slept on them, and I think they're going to be kicking themselves down the track. Yeah. And is the honourable mention number 2 is the Jordan 1 Taxi, black toe or yellow toe, sorry, Taxi. If these had to come out when they were scheduled to release in 2019, or was it 2019 or 2020, something like that, these would have been frothed over, something shocking. But they're my 2 honourable mentions. Now let's get to my list that's going to surprise a lot of you. So at number 10, we have the J Balvin Jordan 2s. At number 9, and they only made my list because they're an OG, is the Jordan Fire Red 3. At number 8 is the New Balance 2002R Up There Store collaboration, Backyard Legends. At number 7 is the Air Max 1 Hemp. Number 6 is the Saucony Kintsugi's. Number 5 is the Saucony Fried Chickens. At number 4, and this was a toss-up between number 3 and number 4, is the Asics Gel-Lite 3 Alley Cats. At number 3, and this only made number 3 because it was my first one. So at number 3, it's the Asics Gel-Lite 3 Sneaker Politics, always ready.
Wow.
Oh.
They jumped to 3.
You lied to me.
They are an amazing shoe, and until I had these next 2 shoes, they were my number 1. At number 2, and it pains me because I still haven't got these in fucking hand. They're 40 kilometers away, and I still haven't got them in hand. Is the Jordan 1 Lost and Founds. It pains me because I haven't got them in hand yet. But at number 1, and if you had these in hand, you would understand what I'm talking about. It's the Jordan 7 Trophy Rooms.
Wow.
The material.
Wow.
Great.
That's surprising.
Wow.
Honestly, the materials on this, the box, the clipboard with the whole story behind it, just absolutely everything that Marcus did. He actually did something right. Everything that he did.
But it's a 7.
Yeah, but 7's my favourite silhouette. But everything he did was right, apart from the bloody date inside the other shoe. So the date that he wrote inside this shoe is where is it? It must be on this one. June 22nd. I think from memory it was July that this actually happened.
Yeah,
not sure of the actual date. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a month.
Right.
It was a month off. But we can forgive him for that, for everything else that there's done with his shoe. It's just a beautiful, beautiful shoe. And that's my top 10 list for 2022.
Nice.
I love
Very
your list, man. I
surprising.
love the evolution of it. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Saucony's-
Think about like in January if he'd made his list. Like
Yeah.
he'd do
Jordan
Two
1.
Sauconys.
Jordan
Jordan
1,
one,
Jordan 1,
two
Jordan 1,
Asics.
Jordan 1, Jordan 1.
Let's not forget there was a New Balance there as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I
Insane.
remember the days you were just dipping your toes.
Next year, no Jordans.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah.
It's all Asics next year.
He'll have like 6 kangaroos in his
In,
list.
in all honesty, I think my final purchase for 2022 has been an A6. It was the Gel Light 3 Pleasures that I just got yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And it's
Nice.
definitely not the last one for the year. That's for sure.
On the 30th.
No, it depends if the twos come out or not.
On the 30th, apparently.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
There's still a lot coming out. That's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on. Das, what's your honorable mention in your top 10 picks?
All right, my honorable mention. First one would be the MX1 Crepe. The second one is the Saucony and Zarface collab.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool.
The details just
Honorable
crazy.
mention. Wow.
The fact that it comes with the action figure wearing the shoes, the packaging, everything was dope. The only thing that I wish was just better materials on the toe box. Instead of that pleather, they've sort of gone with the synthetic stuff instead of the tumbled. But that's the only reason it was off the list.
And also, Zarface is a fucking legend.
Yeah, yeah, killer collab. And then my top 10, rounding it out, is the Lost and Found.
Wow.
Only reason it's so low is like JP, I'm going for wearability. But I think the story behind it, the colorway and everything they did, definitely deserves to be on there. Number 9 is the DJ Khaled We're the Best, the Crimson. At 8, I've got the fried chicken. 7, I've got the Kintsugi's. 6, I've got the Deodora Friends for Life. 5, the Travis Scott MX1. 4, Sneaker Politics, Always Really. I've got the Concept Lobsters, which I just got the other day, as number 3. Number 2, 4s and Alley Cats, rounding it out
Oh.
top.
Nice.
Sticking with the alley cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What does everyone think about that?
That's a good list too.
Yeah, pretty good.
I love seeing the diorama being top 5 as well. That's very cool. Thailand sneaker shops. I'm so
Yeah,
tempted to get
they're,
them. Yeah.
Oh, so,
Yeah,
so,
really
so
good.
comfortable.
And I think JP will be the same. Copying them, they were all right. Putting them on feet, it's they definitely jumped up the
Straight
list.
away. Like as soon as
For
I
sure.
put them on foot,
Yeah.
like the comfortable. Like I reckon just a step up above Asics. Like the sole, the cushioning is just on point.
Yep.
Man,
Definitely.
you guys gonna make me cop that. Too.
Yeah, me too. I know, me
Yeah,
too.
just get it, Donald.
Feel like
Yeah.
I'm missing.
Do you
out
want to try
on that.
mine on first?
Yeah, no.
Just get them.
Live cop.
Just get them
Live
sent
cop.
to GC.
All right, moving on. Emmanuel G, what's your honorable mention in your top picks?
I'd have to say the MX1 Casinos. I think they were like an awesome pack. Like the grey ones and the orange ones. I think they were beautiful. Just the patches on them and stuff. Another one would be the maybe Tomorrow, the hairs. So they're really cool.
Yeah.
And putting those up against the fried chickens. Fried chicken still won, so honorable mention.
Ooh.
I guess my list. Hey, here we go. My number 10 would be the fried chickens. Number 9 would be the Friends for Life Deodora. I'm on Manier 4s at 8. Lost and Founds at 7. Then the Maison Chateau Rouge 2s on 6. The NB Season 1 Teddy Santis pack at 5. Keith NB 990 V3 Daytona has to be at 4. Then we're going with Sneakerla Asics at 3. Up there GT2s at 2. and then the Atmos Alley Cats at 1.
Sticking with the number 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to.
Wow.
Just those 3 ASICs just did it for me this year. Hey, like they just awesome. Like I don't have the sneaker in hand, but as JB saying, the packaging is ridiculous. So, really glad I was able to cop those.
Yeah. That's good list. What does everyone think about that?
Yeah.
That list.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the GG2 are so high.
Yeah.
Yeah, the LA Cats, like I said, I would have had them a lot lower in my list, like possibly even 2 or 1, but I haven't got them in hand, so I just can't appreciate them as much as what you guys can. But even just visual representation, they've made it to number 4 on my list. So yeah, they're a great shoe. I can see why they're a few people's number 1.
Yeah, you didn't have any hand to appreciate really the materials, the colors.
And then put them on foot, and they go even
Absolutely.
That's right.
Glowing
higher. That liner.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Moving on. Micah, what's your honorable mention in your top picks?
So honorable mention is everything by New Balance this year. I don't actually have one pair of New Balance in my top 10. And look, they've had some absolute 5 hairs. If I'd copped some, they probably would have made my list. But just the fact that I haven't actually copped any bumped them out. So it's hard when you don't have them in hand. I do have a lot on my list that I didn't pick up. If you know me, I take a lot of L's. So everything New Balance did, and I have to for the meme. One more honorable mention is.
I was waiting for it.
That's my
Actually,
It's gotta be done. It's the
I'm
season
thoroughly-
finale.
Yeah,
It was actually going to be number 1, but
I was gonna say I feel like that grandparent. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed that it's not actually in your top 10.
it's not in. Nah, it's not in my list. It's not in my list. All right, so my number 10 is actually the same as Daniel's. I feel like it was a very big year for 2, so 1 had to make it, and I think the Balvin 2 was the best of the lot this year. Casinas at number 9. Love that pack. Kintsugi's at number 8. AMM4's at 7. At 6, I have the Travis Scott MX1s. The number 5, I have the Alley Cats. Number 4 is the Fried Chickens. 3 is the MX1 Crepe. And number 2, the Lobsters. And number 1, Lost and Found.
Yeah, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Surprising.
Only one with Lost and Found is number 1 so far, right?
Well, yeah, look, I took an L. You guys know famously, I think I lost 14 raffles on that, so I never actually got them. But it's not for the FOMO. I just think Nike did a really good job with that release. Like, I can't blame me getting L's for the fact that they released a lot of pairs, which we've been asking them to do for a long time when it comes to like those sort of colorways. And I just thought the whole overall story was executed well, which is why it gets my number 1.
Yeah.
But I think it's also the fact that like it brought out so many sneakerheads that had probably stopped collecting and all that sort of stuff, and that's the reason why they couldn't supply the demand, right, or meet the demands. I should say.
And well, that's the thing, and they did supply a lot, So I guess we've got to applaud Nike for actually doing that, despite all my L's. It's not Nike's fault. They did their best. But look, you're talking to a guy that took like an L on the MX1 Crepe that sat. Like I still lost raffles on that. So like the amount of L's I get is insane. Like if you get an L on a GR, I still had to pay. Like I managed to get them on a secondary market for below retail in the end. So it's probably good that I lost the raffle. But
that was a win, mate.
Fucking. It's mental. I know, but it's mental, man. Like it's mental.
Hey, Micah, just touching on the lost and found ones, right? We've got the upcoming Jordan 4 white cements coming out in 2023. Do you reckon they're going to do the same amount of numbers for those, being the same sort of concept on the shoe, or it'll be a lot more less release?
I think it'll be less. I still think they will release a lot. It'll be something more similar to, back when they did like the black cement threes, they brought out like quite a lot. But I don't think they'll do the numbers as they did on the Lost and Founds.
I feel it's gonna be like
I-
fire red 3 numbers, I reckon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. That's what I think. Because of the silhouette, it's just they'll bring out less just purely for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I think that's going to be an absolute monster.
For sure.
Cool. All right. Moving on, we have. I don't think we're seeing your feed, Paolo, but should be all right.
I can see him.
It's recording. It says
Can you
it's
see me?
recording, so
Yeah, I can see him.
no, well, not at the moment, but it should be
No, I
fine.
can't
Let's
see
just continue then. Like, let's go to you, Paolo. What's your honorable and your top 10 picks?
Look, first of all, in my list will be only shoes I copped. So I had the chance to see them in hand, to wear them, and to really enjoy them. Okay. And second thing, I can't believe my list. Like a few years back, like this list would never happen. Never. It will be, as you said, like Jordan 1, Jordan 1, Jordan 3, Jordan 1, Jordan 4. Like that's it. And yeah, I'm actually happy because it shows like how taste can change, how we grow, how friends can twist your mind and change your habits and make you spend more money than you should. But
Polo, stop sugarcoating it. It's this group. It's this group that changes your mind.
yeah. I was trying to be vague, but okay, so it's you. That's it. But yeah, I guess. Oh, and another thing, I have another shoe. Then will be like it will probably change the list, but I have to see them in hand. Hopefully on Sunday we'll get these shoes. So let's go ahead. Honorable mentions will be the Air Max Travis Scott, the Barack Browns. I haven't got many Air Max ones. There were so many good ones, but I only got 2, so definitely made the list, both of them. And the other honorable mention, have to show this one because, guys, how can I not? So these are the Hello Kitty
What is it?
Prestos,
Yay!
top like 20 points, so at least one had to make it. No, guys, jokes aside, they're beautiful. So fuck yous, okay? Box and everything, the backstory, everything is spot on. So
The backstory.
and now
Have
the
you got
actual
the pants and the jumper too?
the jumper too, of course.
What
yeah.
about
Yeah.
what about the cook?
Whole package.
What about the cookie? What about the cookie?
I ate it. Delicious. So let's go to the list. So number 10, Gelite Freeze Politics. Amazing shoe. Well, no, the quality and everything, colorway. So that's it. We move on. Number 9, there is J Balvin's 2s. Very, very good shoe. Number 8, we got the Saucony Kintsugi. Yep, another
Nice.
amazing shoe. And then we got number 7. We got the this is supposed to be high on the list, but the Jordan 2 Amamanier. Yeah, I think I'm the only one in the list, or maybe in the sneaker community. But, yeah, I really like it. And then we got on number 6, we got the crepes,
Nice.
crepe, whatever they're called. Beautiful MX1. And then we got the yellow toes. Number 5, we got the yellow toes. I wore them for years, since 2018, 19, whenever they first got seen on the internet, and amazing shoe. And this isn't a surprise. I hope to have them high on the list, but for number 4, we got the Up There New Balance 2002R.
Oh,
Which one?
The first colorway,
Sweet.
the OG,
yeah.
the green one.
Yeah.
And you guys know today, so I'll also cop the second release. So after, if you guys want to have a peek, I will show you. And then let's go top 3. So number 3, we got the GT2s Asics up there. Up there, guys. They the last few years they do an amazing job. Like I really appreciate, even the fact that they're in Melbourne. This gives them extra points, but yeah, the quality of the shoes they're making, they're pulling out is just crazy. I just love them. I love them all. Love them all. I need the Saucony, and then yeah, I'll have them all. Number 2, this is supposed to be till a couple of weeks ago. This was number 1, and I really thought it was going to be number 1. We got that Asics LA Cats. Beautiful Sneaker Freaker Atmos LA Cats. Well, we all know what we're talking about, so yeah, they're just fantastic, amazing. And number 1, with no surprise from Jordan Head, Jordan 1 Seco Lava, we got the Lost and Found. Yeah, it's,
I thought it would have been. I thought it would have been the
no
Marina
surprise.
Blues.
Man, we're not surprised. Like, how can this not be number 1? At least for the Jordan Head. We were waiting for so long, and the fact that, yeah, true. I got 2 pairs. One I probably overpaid, but for what the 2015, the 2013, all the other releases they're going for, even if I paid $750, like, to me it was a steal. And then when I won the raffle, that made my day, my year, my everything. Yeah. So one to rock, one to stock. This went straight on feet, and yeah, this is my number 1.
Cool. You hear that, Micah? He's got 2.
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess I'll go on with my list before we go to our guest. My honorable mention is I couldn't put all 990 V3s on my list, so I had to take one out. The one that had to go out was the Daytona. The Kip Daytona. It's an honorable mention for me. So surprising. And then the other one is the Alma Manier 4, simply because I don't have them yet, and even if they ship, I'm not gonna see them till next year. So I just can't judge them properly at the moment.
Donald, just before you
Judge
start,
him now.
Donald, just before you start, Donald, just before you start, mate, in your list, how many brown and green shoes are there?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Not a lot, only 7.
There are definitely green ones there. There are olive ones there. Cool. All right. So going off of my list, at number 10, I have the Saucony fried chicken. So I have to choose between the maybe tomorrow hair as well, and the fried chicken. The maybe tomorrow is more wearable, but in terms of execution, the fried chicken is just better. So
Yeah, I agree.
it has to be that one.
Yeah.
Number 9, I have the Amelion d'Or 991s, the tan ones, the couch leather ones. So I mean, favorite New Balance silhouette, so I have to put a 991 up there. So number 8, I have the Paperboy Beams collaboration for New Balance as well. Very underrated. If you're gonna pick one up, I'd say get the 1500. So yeah, it's kind of been forgotten at the end of the year, but I think they're really nice and they're executed well. So number 7, I have the Teddy Santis Season 1. So any of the Teddy Santis Season 1 release is in my number 7. Number 6, I have my first 990 V3, the YCMC 990 V3s. Very limited release. It's hard to get in Australia. Basically, you have to quickly get them from resale when they launch. I like design. I think this is one of the best clean colorway of New Balance that launched this year, and there's a lot of them. So yeah, so that's my number 6. Number 5, I have the Joe Fresh Goods 993 Performance Art. You guys can see the trend on my, my selection. Most of New Balance. Number 4, we have the A6 Gel Light 3 Alicat.
Bullshit!
Cool.
Bullshit!
high
You've
on
gone
the
off
list.
New Balance. Bullshit! You've gone off New Balance.
Number 3, I have the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found.
Ooh, okay.
What?
So
Okay.
you gotta put some respect to it. I think the way that it's been executed, like I said, I know people are complaining about it, but and people are shitting on it because of what
Because they didn't cop.
treatment,
That's
the
why.
treatment that has been done. But I don't think they get the point or they get the idea. You might want another Chicago colorway that is GR looking, but something like this, putting in the extra effort and adding a story that actually works with the sneakers.
Like I said, I think I said it the other week. I'm just glad that they went with the Chicago colorway and not created a new colorway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, I
so
think
that's
the way, like, I agree with you, Donald. Like the way they actually did the whole story was actually probably a bit more interesting than just releasing a Chicago. If they released a Chicago, I don't think it would be on anyone's list, to be honest, because it's a shoe that we've seen before.
yeah. What's the point, right?
Well,
Like, why would you do something like that? So
And
I think-
yeah, I'm not complaining about the release. It was my number 1. I copped Dells there, Paolo. I hear.
cool. At number 2, I have the A6 1130 HAL Studios. I had to put it as number 2.
Oh, you're so lucky, man. That's
So
Bruh.
so hard to cop.
it's just really well executed. In hand, the materials, the leather, the suede used on it, everything, even the pull tab, the small tab behind it.
Yeah.
With the HAL Studios mark on it, HAL Studios branding inside as well. It's really good. So I can't wait for our new colorway to come.
Well, in 3
next
months'
year.
time? Yeah.
Yeah,
the forest.
yeah. So we're all gonna get our hands on another Gel 1130. So, and for my number 1, it's the hype beast in me. So I have to go with the Jound
knew it.
990 V3 Olive. I have to put a
Go.
green one in there. I know this is a sort of like a hype beast option, even though it's not the traditional hype beast. Like Jound is hype beast. But yeah, it's just clean. It's just well executed, and that's what you expect from someone like Jound in terms of like doing their collaborations, and it has worked really well for them so far. So, yep, this is my number 1. What do you guys think? Not
Yeah, nice
surprised
one.
it's all
That's
NBs.
number 1, man. Damn.
Lost,
That's a
Hype
pretty
beast,
good mix, actually.
pensioners hype beast.
Yeah.
lost and found so high. Actually, does surprise me a little bit, but
Yeah.
the Jown doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. I just like that Donald's list is like the anti Micah list. It's like
Pretty much.
I just
for our
want to
final
put.
one,
I just want to hey, just
Yeah,
before we
go.
take off. I just want to put it out there for our next season. Can we get like a button on your end there where we can do like the R&B horn for Jan? The
Well, every
I'll go
time
look for that one.
every time Donald says New Balance, we take a shot.
All right, moving on. We have Oliver. Oliver, what's your honorable mention and your top 10 picks?
All right, let's do it. So, honorable mentions, we got the Off-White Air
Nice
Force
one.
One mid
Oh.
with the spikes. It's the one that got the most looks and just random weird. And also, gotta give props to this as well. This is the Reebok Vape Instant Pump Fury. I love it. Like, yeah, beautiful. And I love the Instant Pump Fury, so that's very cool. So let's start off with number 10. Number 10, we're going with the Vans Museum of Peace and Quiet. The
Nice.
old school 36ers. They're very clean. For some reason, that green just sort of grabbed me. Number 9, we're going with the Air Max Concepts collab, the heavy far out yellow. This is the one that I copped, so that's very cool. Love that. Number 8, we've got the Asics Up There collab, the pink,
Oh.
just beautiful. And I love the storytelling as well. So it's got like a Japanese flower and a Melbourne flower together. So that's very, very
that was cool.
Number 7, we've got the Super Turf Adventure Hot Wheels collab Short Witherspoon Adidas. Yeah, it's wacky, but the thing is that if you put it out in the sun, it sprouts up flowers. It's just so cool.
Oh.
So what a really cool gimmick.
Yeah,
And
right.
yeah, very nice. So that's very cool.
And
number
Adidas makes
two-
the list.
Yeah, I know. That's what. Got to have some Adidas
Represent
out
Ollie.
there.
I mean that last shoe screams Oliver.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah, we're not
If I design a
surprised
sneaker,
at
it would
all.
look like this. Yeah, that's right. Next up, we've got the. Gotta include this as well. The Joe Fresh Goods. I love the pink. Amazing in hand. Love it so much. That's really cool. And then we've got top 5. Puma Squirtle.
Yeah,
Oh.
nice
The
one.
suede.
Oh,
So
Squirtle.
suedes are very clean. But out of all the Pokemon Puma ones, I think I had to pick Squirtle. And yeah, Icy. So looking very cool. Now, number 4, we've got these ones over here. We've got the Kangaroo Chinese New
Nice.
Year collab.
Nice.
Oh,
So
wow.
very,
Wow.
very, very limited.
That's
My
awesome.
first Kangaroos, only 350 of these were made.
Wow.
And yeah, everything about it is amazing. Just look at that. Look at that little gimmick there. It's just Chinese money being inserted here as a red pocket as the pouch on the back.
Oh, that's so
Cool.
And
cool.
just the
Wow.
laces,
Oh, that was
just yeah. Oh, just so cool. So yeah, celebrating Year of the Tiger, which is my wife's year, so I figured I'd get something to commemorate that. I didn't get it in her size, I got it in my size instead. But
I know, I love that. I love that. To celebrate your wife, you bought yourself some shoes.
That's just bringing
Exactly,
the
man.
inner
That's right,
Homer
that's right.
Simpson in you.
All right, so we've got our top 3 and more Adidas love. The
Yes.
Adidas
Very
Gucci
Oh,
Gazelle,
fancy,
and I
yeah.
went with the Gucci vibes. And yeah, I haven't worn these yet, but I got a couple of Adidas designer sneakers this year. And yeah, this is kind of like luxury hype beast stuff, but I just love it. It's just very cool and it's clean, and I think they kind of did their thing on it without going too over the top. So that's really
Yeah.
cool. So that's my number 3. Number 2, which would have been my number 1. It's a grey of mine that I've been wanting for ages. It is the
Oh, wow.
Babester Marble Collection.
Daniel
Now-
loved those.
That's
Wow.
I looked at the originals and I wanted them so badly. And when they re-released them, I copped 4. I copped the Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, and Thor. But Captain America being my favorite Marvel hero, that's my all-time favorite. So when I wore those in Perth, everyone recognized me as the nerdy guy. Oh wow! Oh, is that one of the originals?
That's the 2004, mate.
Oh my!
Nice.
I salute you, man. That is so cool. That is, oh, you're so lucky, man. Like, I wish I was into Babes back then. But yeah, even though I love Babe, it's actually my first year of getting a Babester. So, and it had to be something nerdy and geeky. So that was it. And of course, the Lost and Founds. So yeah,
Yes.
number one
Number
sneaker.
one.
So
Yes.
there's 2 stories. We all know the story about the mom and pop store, you know, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But the other story was the story where everybody kind of got it wrong. Like, we were fed this line of like 500,000 pairs. Everyone's got to cop them. It's got to be like the Rebellionaires. You know, everyone's got to have like 4 or 5 pairs to go around.
Yeah.
And you know, on that night before the weekend where I got 2 L's, I'm like, I don't know, I've got a bad feeling about this. And yeah, we all know what happened. Like, everyone was just like after this sneaker. And so that's a different story as well. Like, lost and found, but also a lot of people lost a lot of raffles. But then also a lot of people found them as well. So it's really cool to see people who never copped a sneaker all year actually cop this
Yeah.
for the toe. So yeah, outstanding.
I think the stock level is pretty accurate. It just couldn't keep up with the demand.
Demand,
Mm.
right?
I
Yeah.
think we all
Yeah.
just thought that we're gonna cop them. Like I said, we
Oh,
were
yeah.
thinking like we're gonna go Oprah and RA everyone.
Yeah.
You get a pair, you get a pair, everyone gets a pair.
I think it was more down to the fact that how much Australia was actually allocated, and it wasn't as much as we thought we were going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still think it was like that worldwide. I think they sold like they sold out like hotcakes. But you still appreciate the effort from Nike to bring out those kind of numbers It's
Well,
just
that's-
it's
yeah.
like Emmanuel said earlier, just brought everyone out of the woodwork that pair. So
Yeah.
Even the people who
Ah.
don't like sneakers just wanted them. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've got 2 shoes in their collection now: Pandas and Lost and Found.
100% sneakerheads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shows you how iconic Jordan 1 really is.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can talk about
Yeah,
the
but
other
what
brands,
about
we
the
can talk about other
backdooring?
things as well.
Like the most backdoor pair.
Yeah.
It's not
Same.
trophy room
Yeah.
level though,
Trophy
right? Like
room,
trophy
yeah.
room.
I was going to
is
say trophy
the
room
worst.
was the most backdoor. Yeah, 100%.
the percentage
Oh,
compared
Marcus
to how many
loves-
pairs they made.
Yeah.
Marcus loves backdoor and just ask Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So interesting top 10 to say the least. Kind of see a trend as well in the group on which sneakers we like this year. But we did put out a poll, a public one that people can answer, and we're gonna go through the result and see what we all think about that result, which I think a lot of people in our group is unhappy with, especially Hendo. Shout out to you, Hendo. All right, so this is the result for how many? Is it like 40 plus people that joined our poll? At number 10, we have the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low Reverse Mocha. Number 9, we have the New Balance Joe Fresh Goods 993 Performance Art. Number 8, we have the Louis Vuitton Air Force One, the general released one. Not really a GR, but number 7, we have the Air Jordan 1 Taxi. Number 6 is surprising. We have the Air Jordan 1 High Georgetown.
Oh, the Georgetown.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, making an appearance. Number 5, we have the A6 Gel Light 3 Alley Cats. That's surprising, given that it's a public poll. Number 4, we have the Air Jordan 3 Fire Red. Also surprising that it got on the list. Number 3, we have the Concept Nike Dunk Orange Lobster. Number 2, we have the Ama Manier Jordan 4. And number 1, not really surprising, is the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found.
Yeah.
All right, so JP, what do you think?
What I find, well, number 10 doesn't surprise me at all with Travis, and it was like the biggest number of raffles like for like a shoe like that. I think it was at like over 2 million entries, and that was just for the US or whoever could. So if that was worldwide, it would have been, I think, a different story there. But yeah, a couple of them don't surprise me as well, like the top 1 and 3. Like the lobsters, obviously, like I think it's just the amount of people selling them has surpassed the lost and founds. I feel like people are keeping the lost and founds, or they're going to wear them. But the lobsters are just like that pair that's a quick flip, and they're selling for like $750 to over $1,000 for a pair. So
It's a currency right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Daniel, what do you think about it?
Well, just backing off what JP said with the Travis Scotts, like I think I heard somewhere that it was one of the highest botted releases in the last 5 years, especially on the Travis Scott website. I personally didn't see the hype behind it. I haven't liked any Travis Scott release in the Jordan 1 silhouette since the Mocha, like the original Mocha. But that's just me. But it's good to see, especially on the public forum that we had. We put it on the Sneakerheads page, which is predominantly a Jordan head heavy page. You had your Alley Cats, your Air Force One, even though they were a heavy collab with LV. There were a few different things there. The Joe Fresh Goods. They're starting to get that feel for the better, and this is coming from me, who 6 months ago wouldn't have given New Balance the time of day. But they're starting to get that taste for what good quality is. And I was talking to a mate of mine the other day, and he actually said to me, he goes, "What's made you go from Jordan and Nike?" And I said, it comes down to the quality control. I said, you look at the infrared 4s and the Thunder 4s that come out this year, and you put them up against a 2002R protection pack or the gel light 3s, and just look at the quality control on those, and then they are miles ahead. You know, I'm not going to give a company my hard-earned money for glue stains when I can pay a little bit less and get better quality. And it's good to see that starting to reflect on the list of this on the Sneakerheads page.
Cool. Das, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I agree. I think the reverse mocha is surprising, given compared to the original mocha. Like, it's, well, miles apart. Yeah, like the taxis, the fire reds, they would never have made it on mine. But yeah, I guess it is sort of typical of the general population, or, you know, I think there's still a lot of people that are skewed towards Jordans. But yeah, definitely miles apart from where I stood. And yeah, with the lobsters, like, now that I've got them, the materials are like, they're quite buttery. It's good suede, but it is surprising that it's just a regular dunk sole and no extra padding inside like a normal SB. So that was a bit surprising, but the execution, I think, is still really, really good. No issues with my pairs at all. So yeah, I guess general list for the general population.
Yeah, cool. G, what do you think?
I just think it's a good reflection on like the growth of collectors, and how many more people are venturing out from the Nikes and Jordans, and, you know, they're always going to be up there, because, you know, Nike and Jordan's always been that sign of status. I know when I was growing up, it was always like, if I saw a pair of Nikes on somebody, or a pair of Jordans on somebody, I just thought, man, that's a pretty rich family, right? So I've always liked all the other brands as well growing up. But yeah, it's a nice it's a nice representation of, I guess, the culture here and where it's going, or and the slight changes. But I do agree with what everyone's already said. I'm surprised that these weren't all Nikes. That's what surprised me. These weren't all Nikes or all Jordans, right? So I love seeing, you know, the Asics on there, and the New Balance especially. But it just goes to show, you know, what New Balance has done this year to get, you know, your new creative directors and designers, and pushing out just amazing pairs of shoes. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Cool. Ollie, what about you?
Yeah, look, I found that, like, it's amazing how sometimes, like, those top three there are actually quite recent, so they're still fresh in the mind. So when you're always doing, like, best sneaker of the year, you always tend to think about the most recent releases. But it's really cool to see there was a couple there that actually came out a lot earlier. Much love, actually, to the Jordan 1 High 85 cut, which is interesting. Like, you know, next year they've got the black and whites coming out, so it's really cool that Jordan 1 is starting to sort of have more sort of 85 cuts for the old school fans. So very cool to see them there. And also, like, it's very nice to see, like the others have been saying, like, you know, a bit of Asics, a bit of New Balance. Yeah, Jordan 1 was meant to be, you know, down the hype now, like, you know, but I think the Lost and Founds kind of swept them back up a bit. And the Air Jordan 4, surprisingly, even though it's a more, like, trendy Air Jordan now, it's, yeah, I'm surprised that I didn't see the black canvases there, or the military blacks or anything like that there as well. It's just the collab. So yeah.
Cool. Paolo.
To be honest, I'm kind of shocked, because this is a list that I would expect to see maybe 3-4 years ago. A lot of Jordan 1s, a lot of Jordans in general. And yeah, a lot of Jordan 1s, a lot of big collabs like, you know, Louis Vuitton, Phommavanh. Like, I love all these shoes. But I thought the sneaker community was changing. But now I'm realizing maybe as like a smaller part of the community is changing. But, you know, it will take time. No, I definitely see a lot of nice shoes. You know, a lot of shoes there in my top 10. But yeah, we can tell by this But this top 10 that in our group, there are a lot of Jordan heads, hype beast, I guess. But yeah, and then another thing I would appreciate more was to see more Australian collabs, in the list. But it doesn't matter. Like, we like what we like, I guess. But yeah, it's still a good list, of course. So many bangers.
Cool. What about you, Micah?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's sort of typical, kind of what I'd expect. I must admit, I was also, like you guys, happy to see that a New Balance and Asics made it. I think the biggest glaring omission for me, though, is not having one Air Max 1
True.
on there. To me, that's crazy, because Air Max 1, it was their biggest year for Air Max 1, without question. They just brought out so many amazing pairs this year. So I think, one deserves to make it kind of off the back of having so many good ones. And I guess the other glaring omission, but also not really a surprise, is just to not have a single Saucony, who also had a massive year. But yeah, that would be it for me.
I kind of feel,
Cool.
just to add on to that, a couple of those pairs there were like really easy cops, like the Jordan 3 Fire Reds. So it kind of is good, and the taxi is good that it's there because it's showing that people are actually getting pairs and loving their pairs. It might not be just
Yeah.
seeing them from afar like the Travis Scott. And also interesting that a couple of pairs there, like the Alley Cats and Georgetowns, were pretty limited, like hard to get shoes. And especially the Alley Cats, people have chosen them, and I'm sure that it's quite a high percentage of people voted for that who probably maybe didn't get that pair.
Don't have them.
So yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, for me, I think there's only 3 pairs in here that I have issues with. I guess I'd say the Taxis, the Georgetown, and the Fire Red shouldn't be in the top 10. I think there are better pairs in terms of like releases this year on that spot. But looking at each one of them, they do have a case of making it to the top 10 in any list and in any circle as well. Like, I get it. But yeah, interesting that like you guys said, there's Asics in here and there's New Balance, which is sort of like weird, given that the past few years it's all about Nike and Jordan. So it's good. It's a good thing. And it's Alley Cats as well. I wonder if people listen to us and we influence them into voting for Alley Cats. The whole year, that's all we've been saying. That's the best sneaker released this year. So
If this
We
was
can only
last
hope
year's
so,
list,
mate.
The tens and tens of viewers.
yeah, maybe it's taken over the Yeezy spot.
yeah, that could be. Yeah, cool. And then moving on, we also did our own poll because we are not happy with the result from the general public. You guys suck and you don't know what you're doing in terms of like picking the top sneakers of
You
the
don't
year.
know sneakers.
It's our last season, so it's not like they're coming back next week, so it's okay to shit on them, guys. All right, so looking at the result from this group. At number 10, we have the New Balance made by Teddy Season 1. Number 9, we have the New Balance 990 V3 Daytona. Number 7, we have the Nike Air Max 1 Travis Scott, brown and yellow, basically the two pairs. Another tie on number 7, we have the New Balance Joe Fresh Goods 993 Performance Art. Going back to number 10, apparently there's a tie as well with the Sneaker Politics Gel Light 3 Always Ready on number 10.
Yeah, right.
Number 6, we have the Concept Nike Dunk Orange Lobster. At number 5, we have Saucony Kintsugi. Not surprised by that. At number 4, we have the Saucony and Clothing Fried Chicken. At number 3, we have the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found. At number 2, we have the Asics GT2 Up There Store. And the number 1 voted sneaker by this group is the A6 Gel Light 3 Alley Cats. So I guess
Well deserved.
Soul Kitchen's sneaker of the year is the
Alley cat.
A6 Gel Light 3 Alley Cats. What does that?
Nice.
By a long shot
Yeah.
too, right?
JP, what do you think?
Yeah, it doesn't really surprise me at all. For the last 6 months, we've been saying that the Alley Cat has been going to be the number one. But it's interesting how nothing really out of our group has knocked that off the top. I was actually surprised that the Lost and Found didn't actually knock it off the top there. But yeah, it's really good. Like, it was always going to be one of the up there collaborations and Alley Cats, I feel. If we did it early next year, I think this list would be different. Just like with 3 more weeks, I feel that when we get our other pairs in the hands, like the Tarek and other people get other pairs, like I guess Donald's going to get the Armamania 4s and stuff. I feel that this list,
Salehi as well.
Salehi,
the 990 B2.
Yeah.
Chicago 2s. There's a couple other
Yeah.
pairs coming out. I'm getting my kangaroos in the next couple of weeks, which I might have
Yeah.
put into that list as well. So yeah, I feel that this list would be very different in a couple of weeks, which we should do another list and see how that goes. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me, some of them. Actually, the lobsters being that high up the list does surprise me a bit.
Cool. Daniel.
I just want to touch base on the lobsters, right? Take the hype away from it, right? Look at it as just an orange dunk. Is it anything special? Is it really anything special? Like, I've got the orange Grateful Deads up there. If I go and put a black elastic band around it, it's the same fucking thing. Right? It's the monetary value I find behind the lobsters that has driven it higher in everyone's list. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not shitting on anyone for doing that. It's just that I wouldn't even put it in my top 20, and that's a personal thing because it's just an orange. It's an orange dunk that you pay $150 for, but you can get $900 for tomorrow. But in saying that, it's been the year of the Alley Cat. It really has. That shoe is just absolutely phenomenal. And as I said, if I had it in my hand, if it was in my own collection, it would be a lot higher than number 4 in my list. But yeah, no, I'm glad to see that up there, and I'm also glad to see the Lost and Found. Like, I know the majority of you boys, there's sort of me and Polo that are heavily Jordan influenced, and you boys are your New Balance Saucony Asics heavyweights. But to see a Jordan 1 up there fighting amongst the New Balance and the Asics is it's good to see.
Cool. Darren, what do you think about Daniel's opinion on your orange lobster?
Well, I've mentioned to a couple of yous. I think the Para Dunk is a far better SB. The quality on it is good, like the materials, the suede. I was quite surprised that they've just got the regular dunk sole and the no extra padding. I thought that would have been good. It might be something to do with the quilting on the liner. I'm not sure if that played a part to it, but yeah, I'm stoked that I ended up trading my double for that Armanier. I think I sort of got the better end of the deal on that. I was surprised with how many pairs Fast Times got. I did an in-store pickup on my raffle win there, and there would have been 8 to 10 size 9 alone. There was sort of 3 or 4 pages of names there collecting from just that one store alone. So I do think that the pairs that I don't think it's dropped in the States yet, right?
Not yet on the US skate shop.
Yeah, so I think there's going to be a lot of numbers through the States, and that's probably going to drive the price down once that does happen. And I'm actually surprised on the list that Kintsugi's were above that many, like for just a GR Saucony. I mean, it's executed really well, right? Like everyone that sort of got them in hand would agree they're a dope pair. But I think it's really good to see that some brands, doesn't matter if it's a collab or not, if you execute the shoe well, you're going to get pretty high on a list.
Yeah. Well, it's our group, so.
And a shoe that's fried chicken, like beat orange lobsters, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
G, what do you think?
I love seeing the Saucony up there, eh? Like, it's awesome. And, like, I mean, like, JP bought his first pair of Sauconys not long ago. And now he's got, what, five? Five or
pairs.
six? I can't remember.
Pairs in the
Yeah,
last 6
five
months, I
pairs.
think. Yeah.
But I think, yeah, I think it's awesome to see, like, that list. And, again, we've been talking about the alley cats. And for me, I think what you said, Donald, a few pods back when you were saying how, like, you know, when you take a picture of these shoes, you can't take a crap photo of it, right? Like every angle is perfect, and yeah, it's true, right? Like you can't take a crap photo of that shoe. It's just a fantastic shoe, so I'm glad that it's up there. It's just it's a really good depiction of eclectic like collection that we have in our group, and I think it's awesome. But yeah, really glad to see the Sauconys up there. Yeah. You guys all pause. Yeah.
G's been drinking again. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Slurring his words.
It's feeling like it's
Drunk again. Yeah.
That black coffee's got a
Yeah,
bit
you
in it,
guys
a
all
bit
just
Russian
like-
black coffee.
Yeah, I think I too many shots of espresso.
I think every
You
time
guys
he
just-
was drinking shots every time Donald said New Balance, so he's fucking.
I made an Irish coffee, but minus the coffee.
Just,
No,
Just had the Irish.
just
Cool. What do you think, Ollie?
Yeah, look, I think it's like, you know, being someone who's listened to all the episodes, it's a real testament that you guys really do have such variety when it comes to brands. Like, you know, it's not just about the hype brands like Nike and Jordan. You guys travel far and wide to bring brands that, you know, a lot of our listeners probably would not have heard of, like Kangaroo, Saucony, Asics as well. And so, yeah, I love it. Like, quality made, like all these sneakers here, like the craftsmanship is just like A class, especially in my opinion, like the Saucony fried chickens. I've got that pair, and it's just the storytelling behind that is superb. Like, it's so good.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful
yeah,
shoe.
look, I have two Gel Light 3s, and I'm so tempted to like get the Alley Cats, but I'm pretty content with my Sneaker Politics pair, the Always Ready one. So. But you know the way you hype it up, and plus it glows in the dark, so that really attracts me as well. So maybe it might have to be a Sunday pair.
do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Don't think about it.
Buy all the shoes.
There he is.
Buy all the shoes.
That one time
Welcome to our
G's
chat group.
that one time G's
very
microphone doesn't
expensive.
drop out. It's when he says buy all the shoes.
Paolo, what do you think about our choices for our
I
top
really love our
sneakers
list.
of 2022?
Our list is beautiful because it shows you how much variety there is, like, you know, in our taste, like how because, you know, we got the Jordan Head in our group, or the New Balance amateurs, or we have the ones who likes Air Max 1s, and you know this list reflects taste, and yeah, it's great. The only thing I'm surprised is to see these orange lobsters. I think, I mean, they're a cool pair, but as Daniel said, like, isn't it just hype? It's just the orange SB Dunk, like, you know, in my eyes. And I think it wasn't for the previous releases, like super expensive, super hyped up, super covered. Like, I think this pair, this orange one, wouldn't even be in the list. So, yeah, I think if I had the power to do it, I would replace the orange lobsters with concept Air Max 1s. Yeah, I think will deserve that spot more. And yeah, and another thing I'm surprised, I mean, not surprised, but surprised how taste changes, like no Yeezys. Like even in the other list, like if you guys think, just looking back a few years ago, like half of the list would be 350s, foam maybe not foam runners, but you know what I mean.
Turtle Dogs came out this year, and there's no actual
Yeah.
book about it. Yeah.
we couldn't cop, so I guess that's part of our voting as well.
Oh, you didn't cop there, mate? You didn't hit a dog?
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Too soon. Too soon.
So, Micah, what do you think?
I'm gonna just take a minute just to defend the orange lobsters. So, for me, I look, I didn't cop, but you know, for retail, that would have been sick. I think you know, the lobster's just an iconic SB. Like the red is a classic, and I just think, you know, coming out with an orange which is more true to the lobster. I certainly wanted to get a pair, so I thought they. I just like the whole concept behind it. No pun intended.
Yeah, I think it's the colorway. That's the fact that it's all orange. It has probably thrown a lot of people off.
Yeah, I just personally, I really wanted a pair. I thought it was really cool, so I guess that's why it was high on my list as well.
Yep.
I definitely think that the fried chicken definitely deserves a top 5 spot. I just thought the materials, the overall execution, the whole concept of it was just phenomenal. And certainly I think it was the best Saucony of the year. And I think our poll reflects that well. And of course, no big surprise that the Alley Cats take out our winner for Soul Kitchen. And I think that's a really, really deserving winner. And it's great to see that we've got an Asics at number 1. I just think that's awesome, especially since some of us were only dipping their toes at the beginning of the
Yeah.
Mate,
I just realised with the 2 ties, trust us to have 12 pairs in the top 10.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Is this my personal list?
Micah, I'm not just dipping the toes in this anymore, mate. I'm skinny dipping. I'm loving it.
Oh, mate, you're deep now, mate. You are deep.
Up to my guts, mate.
Oh, mate, up to your neck. Up to your neck now. You're swimming with the big boys.
But I just want to add, right, boys. None of you guys had this on your list. None of Sneakerheads Australia, apart from probably one admin, would have had this on his list. The Jordan 7 trophy rooms. I'm going to send this around to all you boys. You got to have this in your hand and just look at it. And it might change your mind on actually putting this somewhere on your list. Like, it is an amazing, and I'm going to give it one of these. It's an amazing shoe. It really is.
Giveaway. Dale's giveaway.
Yeah, it's not bad.
because it's a 7. That's why.
Yeah, that's why it's a 7. That's why. Exactly.
What's wrong with 7s?
They're ugly.
Personally, not a fan. I'm not a fan of 7s.
But what really
Yeah, me
surprises me, this year was huge for the Jordan 2, and really on our list, it didn't even get like mentioned at all.
And it was this. Yeah.
Just to defend like the concept as well, I do understand like there is some history to that. So you guys like that can't understand why they're on the top. There are actual Nike SB heads that would probably put that as number 1. Really,
Yeah.
just because of the history with concepts and the lobster
Agreed.
colorway.
That's why it was on my list as well.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the other thing is like for years, like all of us have always wanted one of the lobsters, but the prices are like two grand plus. And now that they've come out and it's been kind of available, it's sort of like pushed them back in the limelight. But for me, it's not on the list because it's straight and getting size 13, so I'm not going to go out and spend $1,200 on them. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm not going to pay resell on them either. It was just, you know, we had a chance to get them. And it didn't.
Yeah.
But the friends and family pack's pretty cool though.
And the other thing that stands
I love
out,
the bricks.
the other thing that stands out from this list is like you can see the priority that we put in on the sneakers that we choose. It's materials and execution in this list.
And confidence.
It's not even about the brand. It's
Packaging.
Story.
Story.
Well, it's not. Yeah, like I'm saying, it's not about the brand. It's really just about the sneakers, regardless of which brand produced them or manufactured them. Like it's not about it having the check or the Jumpman or the
I really like our list. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm happy with
guys,
it as well.
can
It's really good.
I ask you apart from this list, do you guys have a favorite like sneak of the year, but not of this year, like in general?
Yep.
I don't know if it makes any sense. Like if you cop a shoe, it doesn't matter if it's like this year or previous release. Like, is there like one is not in this list, which it means is a previous release?
Yep.
Wait, what's the question?
So
Sorry,
what's
what's
the
the
cop of
question?
the year?
So what?
It
It
doesn't
will
have
be-
to be this year.
Yeah, your cop of
Yeah.
the year.
Oh,
Yeah,
just-
your cop
That's
of
not
the
on
year.
this list. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
it could be from any year. Any year. What's the best cop
Yes.
you've got this year? It can be from any
Oh.
year. Any year it was
Oh, yeah.
released.
You wanna
Yeah,
quickly
I think.
quickly go? All right.
Oh yeah, I think for me, it would have to be the Travis Scott Nike SB. So I managed to get
Yes.
these this year to complete my 2020 Nike SB Grail collection, which included the Grateful Dead's, the Chunky Donkeys, the Habibis, like the Strange Loves. So I needed the Travis Scott to complete that collection. And I did it this year. So that's probably my biggest cop of a previous pair.
Like it.
Nice. JP, what about you?
Has to be my Michigan threes.
Whoa.
Okay.
But there's other shoes.
Just that
Jeez.
one.
But it's hard because I'm going to do like my own like top 20 this year of like pairs just I've copped. But this I got this last week, which you guys
50.
saw last week. But the Koi's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. Love it.
What about you, Daniel?
That's
Other
probably
than
the
the Trophy
hard.
Room 7. I'm kidding.
That was honestly nah. That was.
I
that's
know
the
which
hardest
one.
question. No,
It's
you
black.
probably don't. No, it's not. That's the hardest question I've ever been asked in my life. I think, and you know, I'm sitting here looking at shoes like the Atmos SB Dunk that I've copped, the Sean Witherspoon 197s that I've copped, the Air Max 1 Safari Mints that I've copped. You know, the Supreme Jordan 5s that I've copped this year.
Your Yeezys.
Fuck. There's
The Yeezys.
a
Just
lot.
asking for one, Daniel.
Yeah, it has to be the
Hey,
Yeezys.
come on,
I
man.
can't-
That's a grail.
The Yeezys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would be. It probably would be, but I think these might top it, and it's the Dorenbecker 10s, only because of the story behind it.
Hey!
Ooh,
Wow.
lovely.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only reason. It's because of how special Dorenbecker means to people. Like Yeezys, at the end of the day, the Yeezy one, the Yeezy 2 Solo Reds, it's nothing. It really is nothing. This is something special. So that's my
Wow,
cop of the year.
good.
Nice.
Good choice.
Das, what about you?
I think it qualifies. I think I got it at the start of the year, and it's the Para Dunk.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by far.
What about you, G? Like 10 pairs of your best cop?
Absolutely. Can you guys still see and hear me? Because
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, man.
wanting to
Really.
see Daniel and hear him and all that sorts of stuff. But I'd have to say, like back in 2015, when they dropped the ASICS anniversary packs, like the GLI 3s, there was one there called the Nippon Blues. And man, I love those, and I'm still trying to chase a pair, but it's just hundreds and thousands of dollars now for it.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Wow.
But it's
Wow.
just a great pair. It's just like a navy, all navy blue suede shoe with like dots on it, and it's got red here. It's a beautiful shoe. But yeah, that would be like one pair that I'd say would be like during that time would be my sneaker of the year.
Did you cop that this year?
No.
Well, then let's
What's
go
your-
back to the
what's
original
your
question,
best-
G.
What's
Yeah.
your best cop this year? Regardless of when it was released.
Oh, for me?
But G doesn't cop resale, so it's gotta be this year.
Oh, is that for me? Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I haven't. Yeah.
So
What I've copped, right?
yeah, best cop. Yeah.
Oh geez. It'll have to be and it doesn't have to be this year or this year. Sorry,
No,
I
any-
missed it.
Doesn't have
No,
to
not
be
this year.
released this year.
Yeah, okay. It'll have to be my Kendrick Lamar Reebok ventilators.
Ooh.
Yeah, 2015. Yep, those ones.
Cool. Oliver has gone already with his Travis Scott, right? What about you, Paolo?
Look, this year has been crazy. So many pairs, the trophy room ones, the Chicago. I mean the Reimagine. Where else did I cop? The yellow, not for resales. Yeah, I copped heaps of pairs. But if I have to go with my most favorite, like the pair, I would never thought I was gonna get, especially for the price I paid, is the grey Cause.
Hmm.
The Cause 4.
Nice.
Actually, this year I got them both. That's even more crazy. But
I got one this
Yeah.
year as well. It's amazing.
it will be the 4s, and that's one of those pairs that, especially my size, they go for $6,000, yeah, and I paid a fraction of that. So yeah, I really feel blessed, and I love them. I fucking love them. When I got them, I wore them like straight, like 6 days straight. I was this close to wearing in the bed as well, so I mean on my feet, of course. But it's done. Fucking love them.
Cool. What about you, Micah?
I'm gonna break my own rule. I've actually got 2, but I'll tell you, I got the no, fuck you. I got the Don C2s at the start of the year, and that was a grail that I've always been chasing.
Yes.
So
still.
I got those at the beginning of the year, and it was a classic. And the other one is actually this one, only because it's the only fucking shoe I got a W on all year, and that was actually on sneakers. So just for that fact alone, this
Yeah.
makes my list.
What about the pots?
Those.
You liar.
Wait,
What's
the
that?
Croc 5s.
What about the pots?
Oh, mate, fucking! If you couldn't get a dub on those, you couldn't press a button.
Those Don C2s, you must have not long had them before our first sneakerheads meetup in Melbourne, because you wore them
That's
on the
right.
first meetup. Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
I just got them then. So yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. That makes them feel a little bit more special to see them on your feet that day.
Yeah, that's right. I think I got them like a week before that meetup.
Wow, that's
just
awesome,
by
man.
coincidence, yeah.
That's
Nice.
awesome. That's cool.
Did that come with a cap?
No, that was the beach coral pair. The blue pair
Yeah,
did not come with the
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Cool. For me, it's when JP and I did that the kickstand, like meeting that guy with a table of old NBs. So it's not just one cup, really. It's pretty much everything that I got from that table. You have the old kit 577, which is from 2013. I got a V4 Stussy Cream collaboration, and a lot of those pairs you can't even search for them on StockX or Goat. Like they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So being able to cop those pairs, old pairs, DS as well, some of them. So
Wow.
it's really good, and that sort of like triggered me to go through eBay and start copying old used pairs now, which JP went through as well.
I'd just like
yeah.
to reiterate, Donald, how many pairs did you take to sell?
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember because I went back and contacted him and got a few more pairs after that. So I think I got 4 more after
No.
that.
How many pairs did you take to the kickstand to sell?
Ah,
Like
I
8
can't
to 10
remember.
or something?
Maybe 8 to 10. Yeah.
And how many did you buy?
I've sold 5. I've sold 5, and then I took 7 back home, I think so. So I was up 2
That's
pairs when
a
I was there. Yeah, and then I went back and got 3 more pairs from him. So
Your wife would have
Yeah.
been like, "Oh, how did you go? Did you make any money?" And you'd be like,
nope.
"No, we're down
There's a lot
600."
to buy.
But yeah, I mean, if I have to choose one pair from that, it's the 990 V4's 2C cream. So yeah,
Nice.
those are really good cop this year.
Nice.
And I guess that's it. Thank you guys for joining, I guess, and then giving us your time again. And Paula?
Sorry, before we go, can you guys see me?
Yeah.
I just want to show you quickly the up there because I really want to. Just a quick one. So here's the pair, and guys, like there are a few details like different from the previous one, but yeah, the colors they choices, the material they choose the materials, the placement of the materials, like they did a good job. They definitely did a good job. So here's a quick view of the shoe, and yeah, if you guys can cop today, they dropped in store, and tomorrow they will drop online. So probably when you guys watching this video on YouTube will be already gone, but yeah, I think there is not too much hype, but yeah, give it a go because it's a beautiful shoe supporting a local store. So yeah, have to get it. It's the New Balance. So
yeah. It's not pure white as well, right? Because I've seen other photos now wherein the overlays are actually cream or sail.
No.
Or is it
So
pure
this
white?
is a pure white. So here on the mesh is pure white. Maybe the suede is I would say it's white. It's just because it's different material. But the midsole is cream. It's
Sail?
off white. That's for sure.
Okay.
So it's a bit aged. And then there are a few hints.
What about
like,
the heel overlays? The one at the back.
Maroon.
Are they pure white as well?
Oh, the overlays here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a suede. There's a pure white suede.
Ah.
And all these bits here is all maroon. So for the Queenslanders, I think they will love this shoe. And the bottom there are a few pistachio hits, even here on the sides, on the side panels. The grey. No, it's a beautiful look. It's a nice shoe. I think for summer, it's a nice shoe with light retro vibes, and if you guys like.
This is
Nice
This is
cardigan.
Paolo feeding our FOMO for tomorrow morning. So.
Fingers crossed, we'll be there.
Is Donald going to come now?
Better?
Pardon?
Oh, do you think the first one's better? Like between
No,
the
definitely.
two, which
No,
one do
the
you
first
think?
one. The first one was way better. There were better details, and I like the. I don't know. The color is more unique. Like I've seen a lot of shoes with this colorway. Like I really like the colorway, but this is more to my eyes, and it's more particular. It's more. I don't know. It stands out more, even because the colors they choose, like the greens and then the purple, the baby blue, what do you call it, outlining, and the laces, like the shroud. This came with more accessories, more laces, more accessories, more. I think this, it says up there on the lace tips. Yeah, even on the back, like there's this little square. I don't know if you guys can see it, like which is present on the OG, but not on the new one, on the 2.0. Oh, but it's still the
Interesting.
Australia is still there. So yeah, there are a few differences, but yeah, they're both nice. But yeah, the OG is the best to me.
Sweet.
Cool. And yeah, and I guess with that, for everyone or anyone still listening to our 3 viewers, listeners, or regular viewers and listeners, thank you for joining us going through the top sneakers of the year. And this is also the last episode of our season 1. We're gonna be back next year for season 2. We're gonna keep doing this regardless if you guys watch or listen. We're still gonna do this because this is our way of feeding our FOMO, feeding our ego, and influencing each other basically. So we're gonna keep
It's
going,
the
and if
best
you want to
word
listen, it's up to
ever.
you. JP, how do you have anything to say?
No, just thank you for everybody for following us for the last 20 episodes. And yeah, just have a safe Christmas and a great New Year.
Cool. Daniel.
Same thing. Have a great Christmas and a great New Year. 20 episodes deep. It's been a fun ride. I wish that I could have a crystal ball and see Asics and New Balance in my collection 6 months ago. And I just want to thank. I also just want to thank one of our 3 viewers, Ollie, for actually being with us tonight. You don't have to watch that, mate. You don't have to watch it.
Don't worry.
We still get the view count. Don't worry about that.
And
I'll leave a comment too. So
just finally, me and JP will still be hitting you with our Soul Kitchen lives on Tuesday nights. We did have a hiatus this week. We do deserve 1 week off, but we will be hitting you with our Soul Kitchen live on IG every Tuesday night. Tune in. I think the next one we're going to do our top 10 Nike releases in our collection. So it's going to be a big one. And it will probably drop before this podcast comes out. So you will hear this after you see the live.
Cool. Darren.
Yeah, thanks guys. It's been great. I think the best pickup for me this year has been becoming part of the team.
Hey.
Yeah, it's been good.
Oh, what a little sweetie.
Yeah, and I think I'm actually keen for a recap on the episode 1 of season 2 and see what we've all copped over the break. So
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Cool. G.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. First season, hey, like meeting you blokes and just chatting about shoes every friggin' Friday, and just like our group chats going off. I know Micah's still catching up, but yeah, it's been awesome. So yeah, looking forward to next year.
You think I'm catching up?
He doesn't even read.
He just starts his own topic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I still hear my phone going Timmy every 30 seconds in my bloody workday.
Cool. Paolo.
Guys, it's been a fantastic year. It's been a pleasure, honor to be part of this crazy crew. I really love it. I really love it, and yeah, it's good. It's been a good experience. I can't wait to see what you guys are gonna cop during the holiday season, and I believe next year we're gonna see a few bangers. And yeah, we'll be broke, but with a big smile and a lot of shoes, I guess. But yeah, no, thank you very much. Thanks to the viewers, and we'll have a lot of guests, I know, and it will be great. I'm looking forward to 2023. Yeah.
Cool. And Micah.
Yeah, just a shout out to Hendo. It's a shame he couldn't be here for the last episode. He's been the other main guy that we've just missed tonight, so it's a shame. So shout out to you, Hendo. Hope you're doing well, mate. And yeah, just been an awesome run, awesome season. This is easily the best, most unwatched podcast on sneakers in the world. So yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what season 2 brings. And I hope everyone that does watch is along for the ride with us and continues to follow us and enjoy.
Cool. Yeah. Oliver.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting me drop in on an episode, especially the last season finale as well. I've met some of you guys. I love this little community. I'll be listening next season as well. Maybe I'll even drop in as a guest as well. But yeah, have a Merry Christmas to myself, because I'm listening to this probably, and also a Happy New Year as well.
Cool. And thank you for spending the time with us as well, Ollie. It's been really good.
Always welcome.
Yeah, happy to show some Adidas love, because that's the one thing that's been lacking. Some free
That's true. That is true. I like to see your. I did really like to see your top 10. It was awesome to have you to bring a different take on it as well. So that was really cool.
Cool.
Cheers, mate.
For sure.
And I'm just gonna repeat what Micah said. Like, Hendo, if you're listening, get better. I think he's got an accident with his testicles being caught in the flaps of his Asics collection or something. I don't know how. Don't ask me, but.
And apparently he's eating ice cream at the same time. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I hope you get
How
better.
did you
Hendo.
leave it? How did you leave it to the last episodes with the funniest you've ever been?
Yeah. Hey guys, if you had to guess what ice cream Hendo was eating, would you all guess rainbow?
No. He's definitely a two of the pink
Unicorn
and one of the
balls.
stick kind of man. He's a Neapolitan.
Oh.
That's what I mean by rainbow, mate. Nah. It's definitely rainbow flavors.
Cool. And again, for the 3 listeners that we have, thank you. Thank you for sticking with us, and we hope to see you again next season. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, guys. See you next year.
Peace.
So, yeah.
Peace out.
Bye.
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 Peace out.